Welcome to episode 38 of Sports Talk with BT and Stewie. Um, we're back after a 2 week hiatus.
2 week. We're gone for a week.
It's been technically 2 weeks since our last podcast.
2 weeks today, but we
Yeah.
took a week off.
Yeah.
Hopefully, everyone had a good 4th of July.
Yeah. So I'm going to be a little spotty today. I don't have internet. As you guys know, I moved in. I get my internet installed on Friday. I
BT's a
know.
big boy now.
Stewie's going to say amateur hour. I'm sorry. I couldn't do it any earlier. Yeah. No, let me hear it. Anyways, seems like we've had a lot of breaking news since we've last started, and that
We
involves
got
a
a
brand new.
jam-packed episode, BT.
We do. We have a lot of football talk, so hopefully you're happy.
A lot of basketball talk too with free agency.
That is fair. Not for me though. I'm not gonna have anything to say.
We didn't have much, but we can just go over everyone's. Lakers will be pretty fast.
I mean, to be fair, so were the Pacers. They didn't really add. They haven't really added anybody yet either.
What do you mean? We just signed one of the last 5 number 2 overall picks in the draft, so.
Okay. James Wiseman. Anyways, I guess we'll go ahead and get started. The EA Sports College Football video game. It comes out on Monday. This is I've been waiting 11 years for this. Last time this came out, Stu, which was actually yesterday, was the 11-year mark of the last time it came out. We were 10 years old, Stu. 10. Yes. From what I can tell, what we've seen so far, this game looks amazing.
Yep.
I don't know if you've watched the game. Have you watched the gameplay?
I haven't watched it like deep depth of it, but like the gameplay looks awesome. Like,
dude,
it looks
honestly,
like it looks like when like in Ultimate Team when you get like juke stick or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah.
It looks like that. You know what I mean?
Dude, it looks amazing.
Yeah.
Dynasty mode looks in depth. Looks amazing. You could have 20 teams in the conference.
Yep. Every time you change a conference, it changes automatically.
Shout out! The old Big 12 is coming back. That's gonna be one of the dynasties. Just hit a click reset to the conferences from 2007. Create the Big East again.
Yeah, it looks really, really good. I'm excited for it.
Oh yeah.
Won't be able to personally play it,
Yeah, no, you'll be personally. He's pulling up to my crib to play it.
Yeah.
He's gonna get the smoke. So I guess that'll get us into the player ratings that just came out. They released the top 100. My Oklahoma Sooners have 2. Stevie, how many do your Cyclones have? I'll let you try to guess.
0.
Yeah, they don't have a single one.
It's kind of funny though because, and this isn't me being biased by any means, but I feel like Jeremiah Cooper, after being an All-American last year, should have at least gotten, a good rating. He's one of the better safeties in college football, in my opinion. Ball hawk, but it is what it is. It's college football ratings.
Yeah, they're going to use a lot of clickbait.
And
we can get into that with Shedeur Sanders being the best quarterback in college football.
He's the most flashy. In my opinion, he's definitely top 3 quarterbacks in college football.
Giving him a 97 awareness when he held on to the ball way too long multiple times and fumbled it because of that and got sacked because of that.
He also had one of the worst lines in college football, though, and didn't force the ball when it needed to. But
I do like how there is no 99s in the game, which is I think that adequately describes college football this year. There's no Caleb Williams this year. Essentially. I think last year was kind of unpredictable. Anybody could win any conference. I think this year it'll probably be even just as crazy.
Yeah, well, especially for like the Big 12. I think
Dude,
the
the
SEC
fucking
you still
Big
have
12.
Georgia, but Big
Dude,
Ten.
there is.
Yeah.
I mean, for the SEC right now. Hold on, let me pull up my things here to make sure I get this right. In the SEC, I think there's 9 teams you can make an argument to win the SEC, and I could say, okay, that's realistic.
Big 12. I mean,
I haven't fully
Big
got to
12's
the
like
Big
half
12
the
yet, so.
fucking conference, in my opinion. I mean, yeah, easily half.
Well, as one of the Oklahoma people on Twitter put, realignment never stops, and we might have just had some big breaking realignment news. With Florida State and Clemson in early discussions to join not the SEC, not the Big Ten, the Big 12, which
yes, sir.
I did see that the SEC and the Big Ten basically downright rejected them.
It's kind of surprising.
I don't understand
because Clemson and Florida State have really good market.
Not surprising by the Big Ten because you already have 20 teams or whatever.
Yeah.
I was really surprised that the SEC didn't want to pick up 2 big football powerhouses and just establish their hold on football.
Yeah.
But there is rumors that SEC is looking more at basketball. So if you can entail what the two ACC powers are in basketball,
Duke.
I mean, Duke and North Carolina, and maybe Louisville might follow into the Big 12 too, which is another rumor.
I don't know.
Miami and Louisville.
Even if they do add those, I mean, as of right now, Big 12 is by far the best conference in basketball. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. It's definitely gonna go from power 4 to power 3, in my opinion, though.
Yeah, and good thing we're talking about the game. You can do this in the game if you want. You can go put
you can put Florida State. So yeah, BT, who is the first team you're gonna rebuild in?
We'll get into that. We got to do our normal. I guess we could do those previews first. Hold on, I gotta pull it up here in my book. Hold on. Okay, perfect. I think the first team that obviously you're gonna choose your first team as your rebuild.
Yeah, obviously,
your favorite team.
As soon as we open the game up, as soon as we open the game up, BT's going Oklahoma. I'm going Iowa State. It's just it's what happens. BT's having some technical difficulty issues right now. But yeah, yeah, he's back, ladies and gentlemen. He's back.
I'm back. Well, there's 2. Okay, I'm back. Sorry guys. So there's 2 of me on the screen for some reason. Okay.
I only see one of you, so
that's okay. All right. So my first team is going to be Sam Houston State.
Ooh,
the Bearcats,
former FCS powerhouse.
Yes, but we'll get into them. That'll be my first preview here. So obviously they just joined the FBS last year. I love the orange, the really neon orange white color scheme. They really don't have.
Well, though,
I haven't. I mean, no, but.
Did you get what I just said?
Yes, I understand. They beat us that 1 year. Okay. Okay. So, obviously, in 2020, they won the FCS championship, beating South Dakota State.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But that's really, they were 11-1, and then they went 5-4 in 2022, and now they went 3-9 in 2023. They have a returning. They're not really returning a lot for rushing. Their main guy is going to be John Gentry. He had 400 yards rushing last year. And then they lose their starting quarterback, who wasn't really that good. He had 15-11. So their new starting quarterback is projected to be Hunter Watson.
That name sounds familiar.
You want to know why it sounds familiar? Guess where he was the quarterback at last year?
Oh, he went to Iowa Western, didn't he?
He is Iowa Western's quarterback.
Yes. Shout out Iowa Western.
Dude, so I'm going to get to play with them in the video game.
To be fair, that's crazy though. Like, we'll be able to play.
To be fair,
we'll be able to play with people we went to high school with.
Shout out Thomas. Shout out Logan. Now you won't really be able to play
Lofton.
I mean, Willie, is he going to be one of the
$700?
I mean, that doesn't mean anything because they only choose 85 players from the Kansas State roster out of 120. So is he one of the 40 players that didn't get chosen?
He could be. I don't know.
I mean, you're not going to really get to play as Logan Jones because they need to add some respect to centers again.
I'm moving him back to where he got recruited.
You can't do that because he's going to be a senior in the game, so he'll just graduate, so he can never change his position in the. He still does.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
I wonder how they do that. But anyways, so I guess I can go ahead and kind of predict their schedule here. I know they're not a very good team. So Rice, UCF, I have them losing. Then they play Hawaii. I'm gonna have them beating Hawaii because Hawaii's
Hawaii.
Then I'm gonna also have them
Warriors.
I also have them beating New Mexico State. Both the New Mexico schools are a good rebuild but they're both awful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have them losing to my dearest UTEP. Oh wait, no, they play Texas State. I have them losing. Texas State's gonna be one of the best teams in the Sun Belt. That puts them at 2-3. I'm gonna have them losing to my darling UTEP. That was my first ever rebuild on NCAA 14. So I kind of like the small Texas schools. Mm-hmm. If you can't hurt the small orange Texas schools. Western Kentucky on a Wednesday night. I'm gonna have them losing.
What a weird game,
dude. So you know how the MAC plays all those weekday conference games?
Yep.
Conference USA is going to be joining them because they also play FIU, where I'll have them losing to FIU, and they play that on a Tuesday night. And then they play Louisiana Tech. I'm going to have them losing. I think they'll beat Kennesaw State, one of the newer programs. So you can get, if you choose them as your dynasty team, you can.
I heard they play pretty sick jerseys, don't they?
Kennesaw, it's just
yeah.
They do, but it's just black and yellow, and I know obviously you don't like black and yellow color schemes.
I mean, I'm a Steelers fan, so just
and then I'm gonna have them beating Jacksonville State and then losing to Liberty, so that puts them at 4-8, which is an improvement. And I think your MVP is gonna be, let's just say, the Iowa Western quarterback, Hunter Watson.
Yeah.
Iowa Western.
What do you think their floor and ceiling is though as a team?
Their floor, 1-11. Their ceiling, maybe you can get to a bowl game. I don't know much about them, but
it's the Sun Belt. I mean,
no, they're actually in Conference USA.
Oh,
I mispronounced it. I must have said Sun Belt when I meant to say.
Come on, VT.
Well,
yeah,
that's my bad. All right, Stu, it's your turn to do your Boise State Broncos.
Yes, sir. Boise State Broncos, BT's favorite.
Shut up.
BT's favorite team. No, so the Boise State's actually really interesting. You can actually relate a lot to them, BT, having a former OU commit in Malachi Nelson. But just to summarize them, last year, they fired their head coach after 5 or 10 games, and then
which was crazy. I think we flamed them last year for firing their head coach.
Yeah, and then they managed to make the Mountain West title game. In my opinion, they have a legit shot of getting the Group of 5 playoff spot. In my opinion,
dude, bring the Statue of Liberty back. Dude, it's not against Oklahoma. It's not against Oklahoma, please.
Obviously, it's going to be interesting, with the 2 new Mountain West teams in Washington State and Oregon State. Those are going to be interesting games for them for sure. But like I said, they have, one of the more underrated quarterbacks in the country. I think Malachi Nelson has so much potential.
Yep.
Former 5-star quarterback. He's going to have lots of targets. He's going to have 5-star wide receiver. What's his name? Chris Marshall, who had off the field issues at Texas A&M and Ole Miss. So
What else isn't there?
he has to play good. You know what I mean? He has to stay
Yeah.
out of these issues because this is his last chance. And then they also have other receivers like Prince Strachan and Austin Bolt, who are really fast. And then, not to mention, BT, they got one of the better running backs in college football, in Ashton Jeanty. One of the better running, like I said, one of the better running backs in the country. I'll pull up his stats right now. He had a hell of a year last year. Like, he honestly is the type of running back that could win Heisman in BT.
Yeah.
So, just for some stats, he had 1,347 yards and 14 touchdowns rushing. And he also contributed to the receiving game, where he was second on the team in receiving yards and catches, and was tied for first in touchdowns responsible for. So it's going to be really interesting for their offense. But getting into their defense, they're bringing back another great player in Ahmed Hassanin, or whatever his name is. He had 12 sacks last year, and he was first team All Mountain West Conference. Jayden Virgin Morgan is another defensive end who can be really good. And they also bring back a linebacker who was a second team All Mountain West Conference defensive player. So I think they're going to be really good. And another thing to mention about, they're bringing back their whole offensive line. And they're bringing back 3 out of the 5 of their starters in their secondary. So I think they'll have a really good season. Just to preview, let's preview them right now. So they start off their season with an easy dub. Could be Georgia Southern. Just cakewalk. And then they run into a little bit of a challenge. They play the Oregon Ducks.
Remember what happened last time they played? Jay Ajayi?
Yeah. I have Oregon winning that game, so Boise State going 1-1. And then I have essentially just Boise State winning out. They play Portland State. I have them winning against Washington State. Washington State's a little beat up this year. They lost a lot of good players. They lost Cam Ward.
The whole Pac-2 is beat up.
Yeah. Utah State, kind of in a rough patch. Hawaii, UNLV. I could expect them to be the toughest game on their schedule. I could see UNLV playing Boise State in that Mountain West Conference title game. Then they play San Diego State, which I gotta win. Nevada win. San Jose State W. Wyoming W. And then, like Washington State, I have them beating Oregon State. Just they lost so many good players. They lost they lost their coach, lost their quarterback. It's just brutal. So I got the prediction of 11-1 on the year, with their floor being 9-3, and their ceiling, maybe they somehow pull out a miracle, 12-0. But realistically, their ceiling is probably 11-1. But crazier things have happened. I mean, let's go back to the good old days of the Liberty and the Statue of Liberty.
It can't really affect me. I was 4 years old, so
hey, still,
I didn't know what was going on at that point. I was
Big Daddy Thayer knew what was happening.
Yeah, I'm sure he was pretty upset.
Yeah.
Okay, so now
I legit think that they're,
are they your 12-team playoff group of 5?
As of right now, yeah. I mean,
you don't have Liberty going undefeated.
Fuck no, Liberty sucks.
Give me Liberty or give me death.
Okay, buddy. No, but if you Boise State has been one of the more consistently good group of 5 teams, and I think they're going to continue this. And Malachi Nelson, Chris Marshall, and their running back, I think, is going to carry them. And I could legit see them, possibly pulling off an upset. If they match up to some of these other lower teams that get in the playoffs. So, yeah.
Well, Now it's our time to preview the Big 12 and the SEC teams. I will get a quick preface here. This is kind of both our schools, one of our biggest rivals for both the schools. So
Armageddon and
whatever they fuck them. I think it's the Tiger Sooner peace pipe. It goes back. All right. I'm previewing the Missouri Tigers. I've said a lot of mean things about them in the past, and I'm not gonna backtrack on it. I still hate them. I hope we beat their fucking guts in.
It's gonna be a tough game, though.
It is November 9th in Columbia. But obviously they might have forgot who their daddy was back in the Big 12 because anyways, but we can get into their history here. Okay, so obviously Brady Cook is going to be their quarterback. Could be potentially, he's not rated a top 10 quarterback in the game, but I'm probably sure they only had 7 quarterbacks ranked, so I'm sure he probably is one of the 8, 9, or 10. He's a really good quarterback, but anybody can look like a good quarterback if you throw it to probably the best receiver in college football. Luther Burden, going to be probably a top 10 pick. Mm-hmm. I would bet money that he's going to be a top 10 pick, maybe even top 5.
Let's say if he's healthy, because we saw that we predicted Brock Bowers would be a guaranteed top 10 pick last year, but he got hurt and he fell to 13.
Yeah,
so.
I guess that's fair. Luther Burden, a once Oklahoma Sooner commit. Fuck you, Lincoln Riley. Another wide receiver, another former Oklahoma wide receiver, Theo Weiss. He's a fifth or sixth year guy coming back. He's going to be their wide receiver number 2. He's one of the get up and grab it type guys. And then I don't want to talk about this offensive line. Got from Oklahoma. Oh, okay. University of Oklahoma. Green is a freshman American last year. He started 11 out of 12 games. Yeah, I'm very nice from my head. Yeah, fuck Missouri for that, honestly. Let's see what else we have. And the defense, they lost their defensive coordinator to LSU, so I don't know how much stock to buy into that. I don't know if I'm gonna make it, but okay. So for their history, last year was their first year winning 11 plus games since their first year in the SEC. Or no, winning 8 plus games. Sorry. Winning 8 plus games since they joined the SEC, which the first year they made the SEC championship, if you remember that correctly. He got smoked by Alabama. No, Auburn. One of the two. Anyways. But I mean, in 2019 they went 6-6. 2020 they went 5-5. 2021 they went 6-7. 2022 they went 6-7. I mean, that's what Missouri's been, and that's probably what they always will be. They lost their star running back, Cody Schrader, and he did majority of the work for that Missouri offense. Even with Luther Burden, you could tell Schrader was carrying that offense, and you lose him.
Yeah,
and then you also lose that Rakestraw on defense, and you lose a defensive lineman. So you lose a lot on defense. I think.
Oh, their corner too.
Yeah, that's Rakestraw.
They had what was their defensive end's name? Robinson.
Yes, Darius Robinson.
Yep,
yes.
Darius.
Yeah, so they lose a lot on defense, including a defensive coordinator. I think that shows signs of a regression coming.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll start off with their schedule here. They play Murray State. Obviously, that's going to be a win. That's on a Thursday night, too. Weird, Missouri, you're weird. Buffalo, you're going to win. Boston College, you're going to win. Vanderbilt, you're going to win. You're going to start off 4-0. And then you play at Texas A&M. I'm going to have you losing at Texas A&M. You'll be, hopefully you'll beat UMass. And then I think you're going to beat Auburn for homecoming. Then I think you're going to lose again to Alabama. So they're going to be 6-2. They're gonna have a bye week, November 2nd, and then probably so they're gonna be 6-2. And then I'm gonna have you losing to the University of Oklahoma. Sorry. Fuck you, Missouri. Then I'm gonna have you beating South Carolina, beating Mississippi State, and beating Arkansas, which puts you at 9-3 and 6-2 in the SEC. Which I think, let's see, I did the tiebreaker here, so hold on. That puts you at 7th in the SEC. I guess it's not really. It is a regression because you went 11-2 on the Cotton Bowl last year, but
yeah. But I mean, you're losing a lot of players, so I mean, it's expected.
Yes. So fuck you, Missouri. I hate you. I actually hope you go 6-6, so I can just laugh in the face of your dork ass head coach.
All right, let's get into our Iowa State's Farmageddon rival. That is Kansas State. Kansas State is interesting because they could be one of the better Big 12 teams this year, but they also could not. They're probably like they have a high ceiling, but I could honestly see them maybe like getting 6-6 or something like that. But for them, it's just they lost a lot of players and they have a lot of unprovens. I mean, they have Avery Johnson, who is an unproven quarterback. You don't know really what you're getting out of him. A lot of people are hyping him up. I'm not hyping a guy up who has barely seen the field. You know what I mean? It's just I'm not doing it. And then they have a great running back in DJ Ginn, who ran for 1,226 yards last year and 10 touchdowns. They have some pretty decent receivers. Jaden Jackson, Jace Brown, and Keegan Johnson. Shout out Bellevue West wide receiver who broke Ori's ankles back in 7-on-7. Yep. Shout out Ori. I have that video.
Shout out Ori.
They also have a really incredible receiver transfer from Penn State and Dante Cephas, who is going to be exceptionally good. But they lost 4 multi-year starters across the offensive front, and Ben Sinnott, a tight end who played both tight end and fullback. Their defense is what is mostly excited. Their offense is unproven, but their defense is looking pretty good. The defensive end depth is awesome. They have 2 of the best tacklers in the Big 12, in Austin Moore and Desmond Purnell. They have a combined 244 tackles between them. They have really great safeties in Marcus Single and VJ Payne. And they also got a Ball State transfer in Jordan Riley, who was one of the better pickups and better transfers that came into the conference. But yeah, they're set to have like top 5 defense in the Big 12. But their offense, like I was saying, is very, very big hit or miss. So yeah, let's get in their schedule. So they open the season up against UT Martin. That's an easy dub. Then they play Tulane, which some people may think is a scary game, but Tulane also lost a lot of people, including their head coach. Yeah. So I got Tulane losing that game and Kansas State going 2-0. And then we got Kansas State, Arizona, which is going to be an amazing matchup. And if y'all were listening when BT and I first started predicting these teams in the Big 12 and SEC, I said I have Arizona losing to Kansas State. I have Kansas State beating Arizona. I think it's going to be a close game. Very hit or miss. Very, could go either way. Would not be surprised if Arizona won this game. But I got Kansas State winning. And then I got Kansas State steamrolling over BYU. Not much to say. It's just BYU is either going to be 6-6 or they're going to be like 3-9. Then I got Kansas State losing their first game to Oklahoma State. You know, Gundy does it like 1,000 times, so he's it's nice to know that you can get away with doing almost anything when you're at Oklahoma State.
I'm a man. My blood alcohol content is 0.40, 0.40.
I have no fucking idea how Ollie Gordon is. I'm not even gonna get into it, but I have Oklahoma State beating Kansas State. But like I said, Kansas State defense is really good, so they could easily hold Bowman and hold fucking Ollie Gordon. But yeah, then I have them beating Colorado. They just have a tough stretch, honestly. I think Colorado could beat them, but I'm not going to have them beat them. I think Kansas State will beat Colorado. Colorado will have a very tough.
Bro, is Dion Hawk Tua on that? You know what? The way you're riding,
Bro, fuck up.
The way you're riding Colorado right now.
You know what? You're gonna be.
Shut up! I'm gonna be like you last year, who hated on Colorado every chance you got.
That's not true. I was actually for Colorado. If you go back to our early episodes.
Yeah, and every time we picked them, they lost. That's what I'm gonna fucking do.
Yeah.
No, every time you picked them, they lost, and then you started hating on them. You can't fucking win the games I pick you to win.
Yeah.
I remember when you picked them to beat Oregon.
Yeah, we don't talk about that game. But then I have them losing to West Virginia. Old Mountain Rocky Top.
That's not Rocky. Damn it, Sue. We went over this last time.
Country Road.
There you go, buddy. Rocky Top is Tennessee, buddy.
Fuck Tennessee. They took our offensive coordinator, who's now their head coach.
Because you're what?
I'm pretty sure.
Heupel? Heupel used to be Oklahoma's offensive coordinator. And he used to also play quarterback for.
Oh no, I'm mistaken. What was the USF coach now? He's a USF coach. Never mind.
Oh, Golish? I thought he came from Clemson. I thought he came from Clemson.
He came from Iowa State. I'm pretty sure.
I'm looking him up. Hold on.
All right.
I gotta fact check it here.
But like I said, I got Kansas State losing to West Virginia. Then I had them beating an in-state rival and the Kansas Jayhawks. And then, surprise, surprise, BT, I got Houston Cougars. The Houston Cougars beating Kansas State. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Upset.
Okay, I'm gonna fact check you here. He was hired by UCF first in 2020 to be their offensive coordinator. Then he went to Tennessee. Then he went to South Florida. So he was your tight end head coach and run game coordinator from 2016 to 2019.
Yeah, we developed him. Yeah.
Actually, he was at Toledo, so technically Toledo developed him and Matt Campbell.
God, BT, shut the fuck up. But then I got Arizona State and Cincinnati. I got Kansas State easily winning those games, and then I have them losing their season finale against Iowa State. So my prediction for them is I have them going 8-4, with a floor of 6-6 and ceiling of 9-3. Like I said, I'm not very high on Kansas State like everyone else is. I think they're very unproven, especially Avery Johnson. So yeah, I think I could see them, not playing as good as people are hyping them up to be. So yeah.
So I guess that will. Well, there I go again. Okay. Well, we're gonna try to speed through this because obviously my hotspot's not gonna cooperate with me here. Sorry about this, guys. It'll be better next week. I promise.
Mm-hmm.
So okay. I think we have the 49ers starting out undefeated. Or no, we didn't do this one. This one. Oh no, we didn't do that one yet. Did we have the Chiefs beating them?
Where is it at? Is it an Arrowhead?
Okay, you know what? We're just gonna like just go back and audit it. Okay, so the Rams. What do you think? Rams, buddy. Rams.
Rams. I'm just gotta get through this, and then like if your internet's still taking the shit, I can finish out with free agency recap. So
really nothing. Okay, just this one. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's just still frozen and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, whatever. What the fuck ever. I just hate my life.
Okay, you're a little better. You're a little better. Yeah, I think.
You know what? I'm just gonna read off the schedule, and then I'll manually put this in. Okay.
Okay.
So it'll be a lot easier. I think that's what's taking up my Wi-Fi here. Sorry, brothers. So obviously we have them winning against. Okay. I realized what I did very quickly, and I'm sorry for the pain that I've caused. Okay, so we have them beating the Jets. We have them beating the Vikings.
Yep.
And then the Rams. What do we think?
I'll have them losing against the Rams their first game
in LA. Okay, so that'll put them at 2-1. We'll have them beating the Patriots and Cardinals, obviously.
Yep.
The Chiefs. Did we have the? It's in San Fran. Do you think San Fran gets a revenge?
Yeah.
5-1.
Just because it's in San Fran.
Cowboys in San Fran. I'm gonna say they're gonna beat the Cowboys in San Fran.
Yep. I agree.
So that'll put them at 6-1. Buccaneers will have them beating the Buccaneers. Which was almost
no match for Brock Purdy.
What would you do if Baker goes in there and beats Brock Purdy?
Be like, okay.
I'll be like, yeah, who's the best quarterback? Who's the better quarterback now?
Brock Purdy.
Who's making more money? Who has the bigger contract?
Who's been in the league longer? Who's a bust? Who's a number one overall bust?
You could thank the fucking Browns for killing that.
What about the Rams? What about the Panthers?
He actually was decent on the Rams. You gotta admit, he was good on the Rams.
He was all right.
That the Browns did him no fucking favors at all.
I don't know.
Anyways, that's a discussion for another time. Seahawks in LA.
Seahawks and where?
In San Fran. Sorry, I said LA.
Oh, I got the Niners. Bang bang Niner gang.
The Seahawks. Oh no, I think we had them losing to the Packers in Lambeau.
Yeah.
And then they play at the Bills on Sunday Night Football.
I also like the Niners.
Yeah, I'd say the Niners. I think they're gonna okay. Then I think they'll beat Caleb Williams and the Bears.
Yeah.
Then I think they'll beat the Rams in San Fran. I don't think they're gonna get swept by the Rams.
Yeah.
The Dolphins. I think the Dolphins lose that game. Dolphins are overhyped.
Yeah.
And the Monday night, second to last game, the Lions and 49ers.
I think we said the Lions would get their revenge in this game.
Lions. And then the 49ers will beat the Cardinals the last game of the year. I think that puts them at 4 losses. 4 or 3. Which would be 14-3 or 13-4.
Yeah. I still think like they're one of the better teams in the NFC. So.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna hold off on the rest of the NFL because we still have like less amount of teams to do than weeks before we could just talk about free agency.
Yep, I have the free agency thing pulled up too. So,
okay, hold on.
All right, we'll start off with the defending champions, the fucking Boston Celtics. They really haven't done too much. They've just had a lot of.
I thought we were just gonna go over where everybody signed.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go quickly over the re-signing. So, Jason Tatum agreed to a 5-year, $314 million deal, money. And then they re-signed Derek White to a 4-year, $125.9 million. You got to do that. I mean, those are one of your biggest key contributors to your team, and your building block in the face of the franchise, and one of the better defenders in the league, and one who changed your trajectory. And then they re-signed Cornette and Tillman. Nothing too big. Nets re-signed Nick
this was like the one of the worst free agencies, by the way, I would say.
I mean, it's better than last year.
That's fair.
Hornets re-signed Miles Bridges to a 3-year, $75 million deal, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, given his history.
Yeah. Donovan Mitchell agreed to a 3-year, $150 million deal. What were you gonna say?
Crazy, because he was Donovan Mitchell was predicted to be traded.
Mm-hmm.
Which is this? Kyle Anderson, notable person on the Timberwolves, signed with the Warriors, aka Kyle Anderson, aka Slow-Mo. Thanasis hasn't been signed yet.
Wow, I wonder what's gonna happen to him. Dude, the Mavs fucking are winning free agency right now. They've gotten so much better. They got Klay Thompson, 3-year, $50 million deal.
Klay Thompson, aka Celtic Shaq.
Okay, but here's the thing, right? With Klay Thompson, he's not the defender he used to be, but you can still rely on him to be somewhat of a shooter. You know what I mean? We don't talk about the 0-10 game. Besides that, but they also signed Najee Marshall, to a 3-year, $27 million deal, formerly of the Pelicans. He's really good. He provides, a better, what was his name? Who did lose in free agency?
Derrick Jones Jr.
Yeah, he's like a better Derrick Jones Jr. and better version of Tim Hardaway Jr. So that's an amazing pickup for them. Nuggets re-signed Jamal.
Dude, we're completely we're probably forgetting the biggest signing here. Paul George.
Well, I'm going in like the team.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Dario Saric agreed to a 2-year, $10.6 million deal with the Nuggets.
If you know.
Super. Oh, BT starting to bug out again. The Pistons signed Tobias Harris to a 2-year, $52 million deal. Bringing him back.
Overpay.
I'm pretty sure he's made almost like $300 million in his career, which is actually wild. I mean, he's a good player. Don't get me wrong, good player. Just overpay. He can't really do shit when it matters. They signed Malik Beasley to a 1-year, $6 million deal. And then re-signed Kid Cunningham to his rookie max extension. So 5-year, $244, with the maximum being $269. BT, you almost forgot. The Warriors also signed Buddy Hield in a sign-in trade. I think it was like the first 6-team trade in NBA history. Bring in Buddy Hield, aka BT's favorite basketball player from Oklahoma, unless it's Austin Reeves right now.
It's Austin Reeves because he didn't, which was the most idiotic take Buddy Hield's ever said. I mean, did you see what he said?
What did he say?
He said he's more likely to win a championship with the Warriors and the Lakers.
That's funny.
Okay, who has a better roster?
Out of the Warriors or Lakers?
Who do you think has a better chance to make it farther? Are you taking Steph Curry, who has proven he can't carry a team past the second round, or are you taking LeBron and AD?
What do you mean he's proven it? He fucking led him to a championship in 2020 or 2021.
You saw you had a decent Klay Thompson.
You still can't say that.
Okay, what has he done the last 3 years?
Been one of the better point guards in the league. Been an all NBA point guard. Averaging north of 25 points.
Play and exit.
Yeah, okay, I will say the Lakers have a slightly better roster. True.
Oh God, they have breaking news about the college football video game.
I don't care, but we're past that.
Oh, okay. Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
we're NBA. I'm gonna be heartbroken.
NBA.
We'll get into it after the NBA.
Yeah. Skipping the Rockets. I mean, they just signed Aaron Holiday. LA Clippers, aka the prison basketball team, signed Kevin Porter Jr.
Really surprised Miles Bridges didn't go there.
Yeah, for real. I guess they're big on giving players second chances.
Little
I'm
brother
not.
activity.
Yeah. They signed Nick Batum, or I think re-signed him for a 2 year, 9.6, and then they signed. I got hoes.
Laker legend.
They signed Mo Bamba. The Lakers haven't done shit except re-sign Max Christie and give a pay cut to LeBron.
Okay, I will say technically he took it so we weren't over the second apron, which is
how much was that? $3 million.
Yes, but that still like really helped, so you can sign. But we're not gonna fucking sign anybody, so it doesn't fucking matter.
He re-signed Kevin Love. They signed Alec Burks, which is a good pickup. He was really good for the Knicks in that playoff series against the Pacers off the bench. The Bucks signed DeLon Wright and Shake Milton. Shake Milton will be interesting with the Bucks. The Knicks, have been winners. They agreed to a 5-year deal, $212 million with OG Anunoby, bringing back the defensive guy. Oklahoma City Thunder picked up Isaiah Hartenstein, their 3-year, $87 million deal. Who I like that fit.
And they're rumored to be trading. And they're rumored to be trading for Lauri Markkanen.
Yeah, I like Isaiah Hartenstein there. Like he if he gets space the floor like he did when he played in Houston in LA, he's gonna be an exceptional player for them. He was exceptional this year. Fucker pissed me off with his high floaters that always seem to go in, but he averaged like 15 rebounds against us. Magic, they re-signed Mo Wagner, Franz Wagner, Jonathan Isaac, Gary Harris. They signed Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, which will give him a good defensive player. And then now, BT, let's get into this signing. Paul George, 4-year, $212 million max deal. How you feeling about it?
I should ask you how you're feeling because the way you were like, oh, he's a Pacer, he's a Pacer, he's a Pacer, he's going back, he's coming back.
To be fair, what happened to you? There was like 5 players where you're just like LA Laker, DeMar, Clay, LA Laker, LA Laker.
Okay,
I will say none of them.
I go over that. I have to do this every single off season. You're not used to this because you don't go over that every single off season.
No one wants to go to LA, I guess.
Better than having the prison basketball team.
It's facts. But how do you feel about it?
I like it for the 76ers. It gives them a good third star, really. I think that jumps them up. I think if they can stay healthy, if they can stay healthy with both Paul George and Joel Embiid, they could be one of the favorites out east. And I could tell you, I could see the 76ers winning a championship next year with that roster because they also signed Eric Gordon. Yes, if.
Yep.
They got also got Jared McCain too in there.
Yep, in the draft. They also got a future Laker and Andre Drummond.
To be fair, he's a Laker. He was a Laker at one point.
He was.
So he technically is a Laker.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be an interesting fit for Paul George. Would you see him as a second or third option?
Probably, I would say third at this point in his career. That's probably what he wants to be or should want to be.
He's definitely going to be.
He didn't work as a second option in LA.
I mean, he was an all-star in LA.
Remember all those times saying the Clippers are a better team than the Lakers, and who came out with the championship?
Cupcake championship.
Okay, buddy. Okay, cupcake champ.
No,
Okay.
he was good in LA. 22.5 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists this
Stay
year.
healthy.
Yeah, I mean, but like he's been a solidified all-star. I mean, he's averaged 21, 23, 24, 24. Like he's been good in LA. I think he'll be a great third option. I think he'll still average 20 points, which is crazy because I could see the Sixers having one player averaging more than 30 and then two averaging more than 20. So I just think they're a really deep team, especially with them signing Caleb Martin and Andre Drummond and re-signing Kelly Oubre to a fantastic deal. So yeah, I'm definitely scared of them. Suns re-signed Royce O'Neal and they agreed to they signed Mason Plumlee and signed Iowa State legend, one of the greatest point guards in college basketball history, the leader in career assist turnover ratio, Monte Morris. I love that. I love that for him. The Suns gives him one of the better backup point guards in the league, and he's proven that he could be a great 6-man off the bench. He's proven he can be a great starter. So if you want to get the Beal out of there, trade him for something or something like that, and start Monte. He can dish the ball out and be a great facilitator and playmaker. So I love that fit for him. I'm excited to see how it goes for the Suns. I still don't think they're going to do nearly as good though, just because of the depth. But Monte definitely adds to that. Kings signed DeMar DeRozan to a 3-year, $76 million deal. How do you feel about that, BT?
I don't know. I wanted him to be Lakers. Just couldn't trade anybody. Couldn't find anybody to trade. Just it hurts. I really thought Rob Pelinka, man, your job's on the line. I'll say that. His job is on the line this year for the Lakers. I like the pickup for the Kings. In my opinion, I don't think it jumps them anything.
I mean,
it's not a move the needle move.
I mean, I think it makes them better though.
It makes them better, but I don't think it's going to move the needle from them. I don't think they can win a championship.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean,
they're not better than the Nuggets.
They have a team full of second options. You know what I mean?
They don't have a superstar.
Yeah, I mean, like Sabonis. I think. Would you say Sabonis is a star in that team? Just because he's been a perennial.
He's the best player, but I don't think he could be a best player on a championship team.
No, I don't think so either. I mean,
you saw him on the Pacers.
I mean, he was good for the Pacers though, and he led them to the playoffs. But we also ran into LeBron. But no, like Sabonis, he's probably their first option with De'Aaron being that second option and DeMar. But DeMar is probably one of the better third options. I mean, we're talking teams with like great third options. Kings and Clippers, dude. So I think the Kings will be better this year. Better over who? I mean, looking on the standings just based on this past year, I like them over maybe. I like the Kings over the Lakers. I'm sorry to say it. Knock it off. I kind of like them over the Pelicans. Them over the Clippers. They're definitely better than the Clippers now. So it's gonna be interesting for them. And yeah, okay. Spurs BT. Point CP. God going to the Spurs. How do you feel about that? That is, he's going to average north of 8 assists next year easily.
He is. I think it's a good move to wrap out his career.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the Spurs are going to make the playoffs.
I think they could be. I think they could be a contention for a play-in team. Honestly, yeah. But maybe. You know what's funny? Going to become second in all-time assists this year. I'm pretty sure. Well, ain't no one's gonna touch John Stockton's record.
Unless it was a 13-year-old girl. Shout out Karl Malone.
Okay, buddy. But I love this fit for CP3, and I love this for Victor.
I love it for Victor.
I think CP3 is going to average north of 8 assists. I could see.
And CP3 could be a good mentor for their number 4 draft pick, Stephon Castle.
Which he's been playing exceptionally well this year in the summer league.
I don't buy summer league performance.
Yeah, you of all people.
I don't buy it. I mean, these rookies haven't played basketball since March Madness, and
see how LeBron's son's doing.
I don't think you can. Can you actually find the stats anywhere?
Yeah, on ESPN, he has 3 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds, shooting 1 for 3.
Hey, he's not shooting.
Steal. Your boy Connect, 5 for 10.
I saw he has in the
5 for 10, now. 2 for 4 from 3, 7 rebounds and 14 points.
How do you see? Oh, do you have to go scroll over? That's what? In the ESPN app?
Yeah, BT.
How the is that under a different tab than NBA? Oh,
Summer League.
Yeah. Lakers are winning? Oh my god. Shout out Colin Castleton. Shout out Maxwell Lewis. You miss 100% of the shot.
God damn, we're dead, dude. Oh my god.
Oh man. Shout out Blake Hinson too. That might be a steal for the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
That guy. Maxwell Lewis, second round legend.
Yeah. And then last, the Pacers signed James Wiseman to be like our third string center, second string center. Hey,
there is a better option out there.
BT, if this was 2020, 2K, when I was having the Pacers trade Miles Turner for the number 2 overall pick for the Warriors, and us selecting James Wiseman and me making James Wiseman the greatest center of all time, I would have loved it. But he's not that player.
Hey, there's a better option out there.
He's still hella young.
He was already a Pacer legend, and he's still young. But you let him re-sign with the Magic.
Goga
Bitadze.
Dude, he's actually been decent though, which is surprising.
Yeah, what'd I say about him? I said he was going to be a steal after that Zion photo went out.
Yeah, okay, buddy.
Pacers should have kept him. He would have been the starting center this year. They would have won a championship.
But yeah, it's been a
very boring free agency, one would say.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, there's still a lot of good free agents left though, so. But yeah.
Maybe the Lakers can finally do something.
I also want to say this. Zach Edey, fucking dog. Dog. We'll have to, and after.
How is he doing right now?
Recap of, he's not playing. He hasn't played in 2 games. He played the first game and called it.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Shout out AJ Mitchell for the Thunder with 18 points right now.
Yes, sir.
Well, I guess that'll be episode 38 because my internet's going out again. So.
Yeah.
Sorry about my internet, guys.
Next week
we'll have a better episode. Yes.
Better episode.
I'll have internet.
We'll do some recapping over the NBA Summer League. It's not gonna be over, but we're kind of that dry spell. We only got 1 more month, BT, till college football is back.
And the new look. Right, Sue?
Yes. The new look. Season 2. Locks of the week come back. I'm defending my title.
Stevie gets the first pick. I'm gonna let him. He's only gonna have that advantage for 1 week though, and he's never gonna have it back.
Can't pick my Jacks. Cannot pick my Jacks.
Fuck did the Boston Celtics invite me to their broadcast channel? Fuck you, Boston Celtics.
Yeah, fuck the Celtics. But yeah, we'll have I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have a better episode of internet. So
BT will be better because it's not gonna be amateur hour for him next week. So,
bro, I just moved. Sorry, guys.
We
didn't have to deal with this because we didn't have a podcast come August when you were moving to South Dakota.
Yeah, I've never had to deal with this immature type stuff. So
okay, buddy. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shout out sketch. Anyways, guys.
All right. Yeah. That has been episode 38 of Sports Talk with BT and Stevie. Shit, I almost said my fucking name. Yeah, that's weird. Oof. But yeah,
Stevie
we'll be back
right
next week, Wednesday or Thursday. Just depends on when I go over to BT's place and play some.
Yeah, well, hopefully we can do the podcast on Thursday, so we can let you guys know the results of me clapping Subi's cheeks.
Okay, buddy.
I'll even put picture. They'll even be picture proof. We're gonna have to play 2 games. Actually, I don't know. We're gonna have to do one with Iowa State and Oklahoma.
Yeah. Are you gonna announce what school? Oh, should we announce what school we're gonna rebuild first?
I already announced mine. Okay, whatever. I'm choosing Sam Houston State.
And I will be rebuilding. We are
Marshall. I knew it.
Yes, sir.
You're gonna choose Marshall.
Yes, sir. Second favorite college football team of all time.
When I texted the script, I said, "Choose your team. You're gonna rebuild in college football." And I knew I was gonna be like, "Fuck, you already chose Marshall, so it's gonna be you can't do Marshall." I read you like a book.
Yeah, it's either gonna be Marshall or Boise, because those have been like my. I don't know why.
Do Marshall. Marshall has more to build, and you can play with Chad Pennington's on.
Plus, Marshall's won some natties.
Just don't get in an airplane.
Stop. No. Okay, buddy. All right. We're gonna end that.
Anyways, guys, sorry about that.
Yeah. So we'll see you next week.
Thank you guys for watching. If you like my good humorous jokes, make sure you like and subscribe. And we will see you next week. I'm gonna be probably super tired because I'm gonna be playing NCAA football all night. So see you guys.